Bonjour, hello, welcome to MaxMountainWorld. Bonjour, hello, and welcome, MaxMountainWorld. Today is day 2 of my visit to Scotland, and I'm very lucky that my lovely sister has allowed me the use of her car. So I thought I'd do a quick review of it. So here is my sister's car. It's a Ford car. A little trick here, which now I've restored this rubber outside seal to its original glory, would be just to make sure that it doesn't get pulled off again. See if I can get some light here. But down the side of your nose, this is actually excretes an oil. It's a lubricant. It's an oil. That's why kids, teenagers, get their plukes and zits and whatever you want to call them, their spots. But if you just rub a little bit here, and then just put a little bit on the top corner until I can feel it's no longer, and I'll just get some from the other side, and I'll just run it round. Now hopefully the camera's picking up. It's left a little bit of a greasy stain, but the next time that I close the window, that's going to actually distribute that onto the rubber seal on the outside. And just do it 2 or 3 times, and that rubber seal should not come off again. So this here is the second generation of Ford car. This one's the petrol engine. I'll come back to the engine in a little minute. The choice was a 1.2 petrol or a 1.3 diesel, and the most popular in Britain was the 1.2 petrol. Quite a nice looking little machine, quite novelty looking. In my opinion, a lot better than the original one that used to occasionally be affectionately called the Teletubby-mobile. So a quick jaunt around it. On the outside, plastic wheel trims, the side indicator things. I think it's a legal requirement these days. Nice big door mirrors. Very useful, very good. They're not too small. And the top models, these vent things are replaced by spotlights. So as we go around, this one is from the model year 2014, and they were produced between 2009 and 2016. This one is the car Edge. So just wandering around, quick look, rear wiper, little electronic doofer for the boot. Fairly well-sized boot. This is under the class of small mini car, city car or something, and quite a neat little machine. So let's go and have a wee look inside. First thing, let's go and check out the back of it. I've been in the back of this car quite a few times, and it's quite comfy. So we have the release for the seat. Very easy to climb in, very easy to sit in. I've got the front seat adjusted for me, and the quirky thing is you've got to release it to bring it back again. I don't know why, but really I have, yeah, it's a bit tight, but it's a small car. And I am Mr. Average. I'm 1.75 metres height, which is 5'9", and yeah, it's comfy. It's comfy in the back. It's cool. In the back, there's normally headrests. These, I think, my sister's removed them just for convenience of carrying stuff and dogs and things. So nothing else too exciting in the back. Sitting in the front, and headrests in the front. They don't swivel or anything, but they're there for protection more than comfort. We'll go round. The seats are pretty nice, quite funky, some funky design. And also both mirrors are adjustable manually, but it's not a reach out the door with your fingers thing. It's quite a little lever thing, and for all the times that you need to actually adjust them, that's perfectly sufficient. The headrest is standard with the mirror, and obviously targeted for the female population with a mirror on the driver's side, but it's got to be covered over so that when you're in use you don't have any nasty reflections and stuff. Standardised up on the roof here, the 3 positions: door open, light on, nothing, and light on. First impressions jumping in is it's quite spacious, and it's also quite funky with all this white trimmings that's going on around here. My sister's last car was a Ford Ka. It was a white one, and it looked much nicer with the white and the white car. I don't know if they do the option, if they did the option with red interior or this red trimming to match the red paintwork, I don't know. Radio CD player, quite a nice system. 4-speaker system. There's 2 speakers in the back panels as well, where back doors would be if it was a 4-door. They're equipped with these ball thingies that have quite a nice action actually. They're really quite cool, on, off, and clicky sort of motion. The usual ventilation, 3-speed fan, and you can, when it's on, press it for your aircon, which is quite good. So all the standard controls, all easy to get to, all fall by hand very easily. The gear lever with a little funky white bit on it. Quite a nice steering wheel and dash display, quite a nice size of wheel, it feels good. And the standard rev counter, etc., fuel gauge, temperature gauge, speedo, a little display thing in the middle which you can adjust to what you want. There's various options on this menu plus minus thing which you can flick through for miles per gallon or whatever. I've not looked at it too closely, but yeah, driver aids. Back to the mirrors, as I say, they're huge, so really the adjustment isn't that essential, especially if I'm borrowing the car. I don't adjust too much and then hand it back to her so that she's got to adjust everything back again. So they're quite functional. The other function is electric front windows. Back windows don't do anything except look through. But with the ignition on, or in the auxiliaries on position, you can hear the noise it makes as I do this, so I don't need to go flick back and all that. But if you press it for a second, it carries on. You can stop it by pressing the down again, vice versa for the other way around. Or if you just give it a little flick, you can hear, you can make your small adjustments for those. Very good thing for those of us who are OCD and just want to have it exactly right. Other options: heated rear windows, standard, rear fog lights, and this guy here which you can manually switch off the auto start or stop start engine thing, which is really annoying. I hate them. And rather than stopping every time you stop at a set of traffic lights or whatever, engine goes off, you can kill that. Quite a good storage in here as well, quite useful and functional, and the fuse box behind it. So below there we have protected from the back, so you can't clip it with your feet or whatever, the bonnet catch. So let's take the opportunity to have a look under the bonnet. Standard job, the catch, and as usual, pretty tough thing to do with one hand on a camera, but quite an easy to operate stay for it. And here's the Ford Duratec engine, which is made by Fiat. 1.2 litre, 75 PS or 74 brake horsepower, 102 Newton meters torque, or what was it again? 68, I think, pounds-feet of torque. Quite a nice little engine, ticks over, quite pokey, and quite a well laid out engine compartment. At least you can actually see the engine, which for modern day cars is a bit of a novelty. Now these are quite a multinational vehicle. They were constructed in Poland near Tichy at a Fiat factory, and they popped their own engines in it, which was a Ford designed engine but still made by Fiat. And let's take it for a run and see what she does. All the usual warning lights and stuff. When you switch the ignition on, it goes through its procedure of beep beep beeps and things, and everything comes alive, the unnecessaries go away. And one novelty is that you turn it off, take the keys out, as in take the keys out, the electric windows still work. Now, if you lock the doors, the electric windows still work, which seems a bit strange. But anyway, let's take it for a run. It's quite a nice driving position, quite a well adjustable seat. Nice sounding motor. Stop. Just get out of this parking space. Empty one behind, so just go straight back and drive straight out. And don't forget, having manoeuvred, clunk click every trip. Right, here we are. Getting off. Got to remember to drive on this side of the road. Pokey wee thing. I'm hardly touching the throttle, but the throttle's a bit sensitive. The start of the motion of it is like it's like on or off. So you find that I'm going to just let this car behind off. I'll pull in. I don't know if the camera will pick this up, but just a slight touch, just not even my foot's weight on the throttle, and she's revving up. And you take away at that, you're under the impression that it's taking off, but if you lift off it just dies, and that's just a tiny movement. It's not even off the throttle pedal. But quite a pokey wee thing, quite nippy. The 1.2 injection engine, a lot better than 1.2 injection engines used to be in the old days. So we're just running around very familiar roads to me in the south side of Edinburgh, and I'll just take a little spin around, keeping to speed limits of course. Cameras everywhere in Edinburgh, all sorts of cameras for all sorts of things. There's cameras for speed light, for street traffic light jumpers, and speed cameras, average speed cameras. They're just all over the place. I suppose that's kind of Europe-wide now. But, she's got a few rattles. The dash is just, a bit plasticky, but it's a small, cheap car. And just on a bit of rough road like this, you do hear all the rattles and things. I dare say quite a lot of rattleable things have been left in door pockets and things. So, just 30 miles an hour here, 2,000 revs in third, and she doesn't really want to go. If you want this to move, drop it to second gear. That's when it's at its best. After 3,000 revs, it's got a bit of pull to it. So all in all, quite a good car. And I've noticed driving around the city, the size of it is very small, although it doesn't feel small, if you know what I mean. Lots of space inside, it doesn't feel claustrophobic in any way. And it's a nice place to be, it's a nice car to drive. The steering's a bit vague. I think it's speed sensitive power steering, because at parking it's a doddle, but at speed it just feels a little bit nullified. Just arriving on the south side of the Edinburgh city bypass here, so I'll take her for a quick squirt along there. Hopefully there's no queues and tailbacks or crap like that. Notice that the indicators are very, very keen on self-cancelling. always prefer non-self-cancelling indicators, and that way you don't get caught out. So, just pulling off here into the 70 speed limit. Nothing behind, so just traffic on the bypass today, so I'm not going to fool around with it, but yeah, nippy enough to take off. Quite good. Into the fast lane, get a bit of speed up. Third gear, fourth gear. 70 miles an hour speed limit. We're on to 68 there. Into fifth gear, it's a 5-speed box. She drives nice, but again the steering just feels a little bit null, as it were. Just come off the first junction here. It's quite busy out here. Quite a bit of wind noise, but when you've got mirrors the size of jumbo jet wings, what would you expect? Instead of turning off to go back along the roads, what I'll do is I'll just, again this takeoff is awkward because the throttle is just, doesn't do what you expect it to do under your foot. Anything more than 5 toes of weight and it just wants to scream and howl away. So I'll just stick it in down here and we'll just finish off the video here. I find the technique for actually doing that, like manoeuvring like that, is to blip the throttle and it really makes it much more controllable under the clutch as well. There'll be a bit of traffic noise, so I'll speak up a bit. So that's the Ford car. The doors, quite a nice boom, clunk, and that's my way around it. Quite a nice little machine. I suppose the ultimate question is, would I own one? I would think not, purely because of its Fiat integration at manufacture. The question mark then would be reliability. This one's 5 years old. I would imagine that after that it would start being a bit troublesome and getting a bit annoying and expensive, but a nice machine. I do like it, must admit. I can't complain. It's been loaned to me, so what can I say? The Ford car Edge.